Hi everyone, it's another Friday morning and you've caught me on the road. Heading to some meetings up in the North Coast. It's nice to get back to seeing people face to face, but it's also great to see you all online as well. Thank you for joining us for another Connect and Share. And this morning we were going to have Oz Cycling. So if you've joined us for the Oz Cycling presentation, unfortunately, I've heard from Nick and he has come down sick. So we will postpone that and make sure we reschedule because I know there was a lot of momentum on the social media around his talk. Sorry about that. And we will get back to you on that. But firstly, may I acknowledge all of the traditional landowners of the lands in which we meet today. May I pay my respects voluntarily to all the past, present and emerging leaders that I hope we're all starting to connect and understand what they know about the land, which is certainly extraordinary. And if we can build in that content into what we give to our participants every day, we'll only go away with more happier participants that understand more about the land. So thank you everyone again for being here. And look, we've got a bit of a mixture of items, but I thought I'd quickly give you a bit of an update on everything for the members. Certainly you would have got your newsletter yesterday. With a couple of things, but let me just go through them for you. I have had a few phone calls from people going, where's that grant from the Department of Education that was promised earlier this year? The good news is it is certainly on its way, and they haven't forgotten us, but rightly so. They've had a bit of prioritising, and obviously the floods have impacted that to make sure that people had homes that they could live in after the floods. So ours unfortunately just got put back a little bit, but it's definitely in train. And we're having some conversations with them about accessing it for everyone that was affected in Term 4 last year. So I'll have more news on that for you next week as the new timeline comes out. We'll certainly update you there. Very exciting morning in the fact that last night we released the new feature on our website for all members. So members would have got a video on the newsletter to show them how to add their content. So that means that every member now has access to the back end of Outdoors New South Wales ACT website. You can put your content in for your business and your services. You can add as many different articles as you like. So if you've got one that's streamlined education, you can put it in there. If you've got one streamlined to tourism, you can put it in there. So there's no limit there, but just make sure you jump in and put it in, because as we start promoting the website more and the experience newsouthwalesact.com.au, it'll be driving traffic to that particular area of the website. And we want all our members to be the first to get the opportunity to talk to more customers. So if you've got any questions, feel free to shoot it through. But the newsletter has a bit of a video tutorial. Just on that, I don't know what I was thinking when I selected New England Northwest business that did snow skiing. But anyway, it does snow there. They don't snow ski, but they do have snow there. But have a look at the video and I'll guide you through. I attended a great collaboration yesterday of the UK-Singapore outdoor industry on some policy setting webinars. There's a series of them. I look forward to bringing you some content from those, but it was great to see so many different countries on the screen and collaborating. And we certainly put New South Wales ACT and Australia up in lights at that event and make sure that people knew that we were here. So yeah, looking forward to more of those sessions and giving that feedback back to our members. We might talk a bit about more of this later, but the Outdoor Council of Australia, you might have noticed, has put a portal on their website to invite all the industry to feedback content on the AAAS. Like any good process, a constant review will ensure its currency, its consistency, and now is the industry's time to, if they have some things that they don't like about the AAAS or they think need changing, this is a great time to jump in there. Not only that, but we have a new good practice guide that has been put up on the website for industry comment to make sure that it is the best good practice guide it can be for slacklining and highlining. So if you're into that activity, if you do that activity, please jump on and make comment on that good practice guide to ensure that it is the best it can be. We're about to do a lot more in the advocacy obviously in the lead up to the federal election. You'll see some certain open letters and various things that might come out in the near future. If you do see it and if you do agree with what we have said, please make sure you share it through your networks and through your local members, federal, state and local. It doesn't really matter, because we've just got to get the voice louder and wider, and hopefully we'll start getting some shift in change and notice as an industry. The last thing I have to say is that now the National Outdoor Education Conference tickets are on sale again. So when I say again, obviously this is the third time we've rescheduled the event, but it will go ahead by hook or by crook. I'm dedicated to make sure this event goes ahead, but the tickets are now on sale. So if you want to jump onto noec.info, that's probably the easiest one, noec.info, and that'll take you to our homepage. Scroll down, you'll see the link there for tickets, or if you want to see all the content, you can do our website /NOEC 2022. So probably enough of ratting on from me, but we have Sarah here who's going to fill us in on the Skills IQ Forum, which is coming up very soon. So Sarah, did you want to jump in and give us a little bit of a...
Okay, thanks Laurie. Hello everybody. I'm not sure we've met before, but hello anyway. I'm in the office, so if there's a bit of noise around me, that's because of everybody else that's here. Now I just wanted to ask a little question about your the website that you put up, and whether or not there was career resources and jobs resources on that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, so if you right now,
good.
Sarah, if you go to outdoorsnswact.careers, it comes up with some brand new content. We've actually got a PDF there that can be downloaded, shows them all the different varieties of careers that are in the outdoors, and also the pathway to get to those. So and that's one thing I didn't update. Thank you for saying that, because I want to do a big shout out to Hugh Ward from Blue Mountains Climbing School, who was able to stand in for me yesterday, or stand in for us as Outdoors New South Wales, a careers event in Lithgow at the Lithgow High School. Thank you, Hugh. Apparently the discussions were amazing. He had lots of kids coming up going, oh, this is what I want to do. But yeah, some really good conversations around the education, what they need to do to get through to careers in the outdoors. So yeah, big shout out. And he obviously was had the QR code of the downloadable PDF there, so kids could download it.
Okay, just on that, as an aside, but thanks for filling me in on that, Laurie. But yeah, we've got an event down in the Illawarra on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're expecting about 5,000 kids. sounds like a swarm. It's like, whoa. So if you've got any resources, because obviously we'll be promoting outdoor rec, and as you may know, I mean, I cover off a lot of industries, of which sport and rec is one, and we've got the outdoor rec program that's on the NESA website. So if there's some new resources, I'll go and have a look. But if you're listening, I can't see you, and I know you're on mute, but if you've got something there that you are able to share that particularly promotes outdoor rec careers and pathways, if you're happy to share that with me, I'll print it off and make sure that I'm handing it out to kids who may be interested in careers in outdoor recreation.
Amazing, Sarah. I'll email you some stuff that you can certainly put off.
Yeah. So I'm printing some stuff off now, and it's kind of pretty much generic stuff. But if you've got something that's a little bit more interesting, that's appealing for kids, most definitely happy to share that on over the 2 days.
Amazing.
So yeah, and so what I was really going to talk to you about was the Skills IQ New South Wales Industry Forum that's on Thursday, the 26th of May, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're holding that out at Parramatta, at the Parramatta Square Business and Events Centre, which is where Business Western Sydney's based. We've decided to hold it out there this year to basically to promote the growth in jobs and opportunities in Western Sydney. So you've got the Western Parklands development and the airport and the like that's about to come on board. So we're really just there promoting jobs. Sustainable jobs for local people is the theme for the forum. And that's about creating real careers and real opportunities. So I guess the thing of this is one is we're talking about jobs for young people. They're very interested in jobs, but also promoting those career pathways. These are jobs, and some of them may be part-time and casual jobs or seasonal jobs, particularly in outdoor rec. They can be seasonal, but also the pathways to full, exciting and rewarding careers. So that's a very important message for us to get across, not so much for kids. The kids kind of like get that a fair bit, but it's really, you know, sort of cracking through to the career advisors and to parents as well. So yeah, back to the forum. We've got a great lineup of speakers. Hugh's got his hand up. Did you want to ask a question, Hugh? You're on mute, of course. Yeah.
I was just going to dip my oar in very briefly on the careers thing. I feel like I've got my eye in after selling a bit of it yesterday to kids and to teachers. And one of the things that really stood out for me was how much it kind of should sell itself to careers advisors or year advisors and students who perhaps aren't doing really well academically. So, you know, probably I fit into this category. When I was a high school kid, if somebody had said to me, hey, there's a job you can do outside, you get to work with your hands, you know, there's not heaps and heaps of paperwork involved, probably I would have attended school a little bit more frequently. So it's sort of, it just sort of seems that sometimes it actually fits, like it's the answer to the need that they perhaps don't realise they've got. Yeah.
I think one of the things is that I guess with VET we have to be a little bit careful, because quite often we're competing with aspirational parents that see their kids on a higher education pathway. They want their kids to go to university. Not all kids, 60% of kids don't go to university. And I guess one of the things from my point of view is we don't try and brand that these kids go to university and these kids go to VET. You know, the VET and university is an option for all kids. One of the important things about VET in schools programs is that early engagement with employment and getting real employment skills and job opportunities. And for the kids that are not particularly engaged in school, it does provide an opportunity to have them engaged, because once they're doing something they actually really like, school becomes a lot more manageable for them. So it really helps to increase that engagement with school. A lot of kids actually, if they do SBATs and things, they may leave school early to go and complete a training. Piece is really important. And the kids who do VET at school have really good employment and further study outcomes, better than the kids who don't do that in schools. So
I guess the great thing, particularly with the traineeships that are now being offered, is for university kids that are thinking they might do outdoor ed at uni, you know, and there are uni pathways, but potentially they could take on a traineeship, kind of come into it gives them 6 months off after school, some money in their pockets if they don't spend it all on beer, a qualification, time in the workplace, and then they go into uni and can really carry it forward. Anyway, I'm sorry, I've really hijacked your spot here.
No. Well, we talk a fair bit about careers, and I guess really one of the challenges for kids who might be looking at a career in outdoor recreation is actually getting those traineeships. So from the employer's point of view, Laurie, that's where you and your network come in, is making sure that industry know that there are traineeship opportunities available there, and particularly at the moment till the end of June, where you've got the boosting apprenticeship commencements, where you're getting a 50% Commonwealth subsidy for every trainee signed up before the end of June. And of course, post-election and post-June, we don't know whether that's going to continue or not, but that's been a massive boost to traineeship and apprenticeship numbers. So it's really making sure for those kids that are interested and think, oh, I want to do a traineeship, have we actually got an employer for them?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, Sarah, that the key with what Hugh was saying too, you know, the uni, the kids coming out of uni, there's such an oversupply of qualified uni students that are not in employment. And, you know, what we're going to have from what we see is the next 5 to 6 years, a huge gap in employment. So, you know, there's plenty of jobs there. So, you know, enforcing the fact that this is a growing industry for all the reasons that we've discussed previously with COVID and people looking at mental health and well-being better now. People are understanding that, you know, active recreation is something that needs to be part of their routine for their own, they're on a growth curve.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just go back to the forum very quickly. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I think really just to reiterate that the theme for the forum is kickstarting careers. for local jobs, for sustainable jobs with local people. We've got a great lineup of speakers. So we've got Minister Alistair Henskins coming after lunch to provide his address. We've got David Collins, who heads up training services. We've got Dr. Sherman Chan from Business New South Wales, who's going to provide the economic perspective of the post-pandemic world. Now that is a kind of, she'll be providing a macroeconomic national perspective. And then following that, we have a discussion piece led by Claire Field with some of our stakeholders. We've got Business Western Sydney, ARA, Retailers Association, Restaurant and Caterers and the like, to talk about what that actually means for jobs. And we know that there's a lot of pain out there, so recruitment's really challenging. So the other half of the forum really is about how we position the industry and how we address the perceptions of the industry that the service area, the service industries don't provide real sustainable jobs. What are the problems with that? Because a lot of parents don't look, they want their kids to go to uni and be an accountant or do a business degree, law, or whatever it is. And whether or not vet actually leads to higher ed as well. I think that's the other thing, is that these days there's a lot of transition from one sector into the other. They're not mutually exclusive. Okay, you just don't go down a vet pathway. A vet pathway can lead to a pathway into higher ed as well. So yeah, Laurie, we'd love you. I know you've got something on that day. There's another forum or something, and I know you can't participate, but if you can zoom in, if you want to zoom in for some session, because I'd really love to, particularly for the outdoor rec sector, is to get your perspectives on what's happening to the industry, because you're a great advocate for your industry. So we have that on it. We have that section on it's right up the front at 9:30. So if you've got 5 minutes, somewhere between 9:30 and 10:05, we'll try and squeeze you in as an extra, because we do have 3 for sport. We've got Stan, Matt and Andrew, who you know.
Yep.
But to get at, and it's kind of 2 aquatics in there. So I'd really like to get an outdoor rec. It's up to you if you can spare 5 minutes.
Cool.
Because that does follow
we'll definitely
David
probably
Collins.
Find someone for you. Yeah, I'm speaking myself on stage in Victoria, so might be a little bit hard to sort of hold on a second. But but no, thank you. And I really did want to be there. Unfortunately, just combined with the Outdoors Victoria conference, which is certainly a key area that we need to support. So anyway,
I think the other thing is that maybe a chat to Jeffrey. Maybe Jeffrey can do something, but just I think having that outdoor rec would be really, really good. But anyway, apart from that, if anybody wants any more information on it, you can get in touch with me. My email is nswitab, New South Wales ITAB at skillsiq.com.au. And if you want to get in touch, just contact Laurie. She'll put you in touch with me. And that's it. Okay.
Great. Well, I'll certainly talk to Jeffrey, and if he can't do it, we'll definitely try to find you someone to talk on Active Rec. And
okay then. Beautiful. And Hugh, if you want to send me through anything for the careers thing next week, we do work fairly actively in that space promoting vet pathways. So if you've got anything that's fresh and new, by all means, I'll go onto the website and have a look. And thank you very much, everybody. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Laurie.
Thanks so much, Sarah. Take care.
Sarah.
See you.
Cool. All right. So as I say, unfortunately, I was cycling. Nick was unwell today. We were hopefully going to have a great chat to him around some of the challenges of the mountain bike communities and how we need to work together with Oz Cycling, the Peak Body, obviously ourselves, and any other areas that clubs, professionals, the industry that have got mountain bike parks, how we can work together in trying to solve some of the challenges there. Interesting, and Brian, I know you're on the line, but interesting, they're actually looking at what we did with the trail bike discussion paper, and are very inspired by what we did there, and hopefully will follow our lead in probably producing something quite similar. But we have our mountain bike subcommittee meeting on Monday morning, and Nick will hopefully be there, and we can report back to you all on what that will come. So he'll come back to one of these Connect and Shares in the near future anyway. So today I really wanted to open up around the AAAS and the review, and also some of the other items that might be hot on the agenda for the businesses that are with us today, or the leaders that are with us today. So what I might do to protect obviously the privacy of any organisations and their issues, we might turn the recording off, and I want to thank James very much for being in the studio and doing that for us. And as we turn off the recording, we'll open it up for a free chat with all of our members that are with us today. So, James.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we might. There you go.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I guess I've just been listening to the discussion around the AAAS, and I think I definitely agree with what everyone was saying about finding a way to communicate the information in a more easy to digest manner. So some sort of matrix, which, yeah. But anyway, updating on the Youth Resilience Program. Start the second program next Monday up in Port Macquarie with Port Macquarie Surf School. So there's 20 kids start going surfing on Monday afternoon. Woohoo! They'll have tons of
awesome.
And we've got some media coming along. I think NBN News or NBN TV or whatever is coming along to the start as well. So that just, I guess, can shine a spotlight on the industry, which is amazing. And we're getting the other 10 programs up and running kind of one after the other over the next few months in the other locations. But I guess what we've been doing in the background is really refining all the processes and all the communication to all the stakeholders to make each of the upcoming programs a lot easier to digest for both providers and for students who are participating. So, yeah, things are looking great with that program, and it's all on track. And I don't know, lots of young people getting out there in the upcoming months to try something new. So that's the main thing in this climate. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, Laurie. I think Laurie's frozen. She's got a smile.
Sorry, I need to get to my appointment. I went, oh yeah, I need to start moving now. So it was always going to be a risk.
For sure.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Helen. And thanks, James, if you want to stop the recording now.